this segment, we'll be taking a closer look at the Spanish music culture as it is in Spain and how it translates to the United States.
In today's news, we're going to talk about the Spanish cultures that make up all types of music within Spain.
Can you discuss the ways that music is observed in Spanish-speaking countries?
So in Spanish-speaking countries, music varies slightly depending on where you are in the country. Places like the Canary Islands have a different kind of traditional music compared to other cities. Cities of like Madrid or Sevilla. The Canary Islands have an event called Carnival, and in Carnival it's a large party taking place all over the island and in some other parts of Spain in the mainland. There's music being played all the time with people dancing in the streets and everybody enjoying their time. The traditional music is a kind of folk music of the country that has evolved from tradition. The instruments they typically use in it is guitar, that being the main instrument, with a Latin take on it, very Latin America-esque music. Spain is a hot climate culture. Everybody is very friendly. It's friendship based. So everybody is enjoying the music together, and it's a large group effort joining everybody. The difference that the Canary Islands music compared to places such as Sevilla is the tone of the music. In Sevilla, they still use guitar as their main instrument in the music, but the guitar is used very different to get a different tone. It's not necessarily as much as a party vibe like for Carnival in the Canary Islands. The type of music they listen to in Sevilla is flamenco, and that is broken up into 3 different categories. The first category is cante hondo, the other is cante intermedio, and cante chico. Each different from the other in their own way, and they're trying to communicate a different meaning to their audience. So how is music observed in your culture in the United States?
Well, the way that we observe music in the United States generally is will be more of the Carnival style as it is in Spain, which is like your party atmosphere. A lot of times when we'll have a group of people around for some form of get together, you'll have music playing in the background, and it helps just kind of set the mood or the tone for the evening. That's one of the ways that we observe music here in the United States. Now, relating to the foreign to familiar part of the course, the part that I found most relevant for me would be easing the financial burden of traveling abroad. And one way of doing that would be getting a job while abroad. Now, in this section, we learned there were several areas that you can find a job in while abroad. The thing that I found the most interesting was teaching English abroad. As English is one of the more complex languages, it is a skill that everybody from the United States has and can use to ease that financial burden while abroad.
And with all the music within Spain, it gives more of a vibe of relationships, like within family and friends. And I believe that's what Spain and the Spanish culture is trying to do.
And carrying on with that, when looking at hot and cold climate cultures, you can see that Spain is a hot climate culture because of the relationships that they build with people, that the relationship they have with their culture and their music, how their music is influential across the world. And with it being a hot climate culture, it relates well with a broad audience compared to the United States, where you have groups of cold climate cultures mixed in with hot climate cultures. In Spain, you kind of only feel like there is hot climate, that everybody is your friend and your family.
Now, wrapping up our episode, we've been able to interview with a couple people as far as the traditions of music in Spain and how it's seen in the United States. And I think altogether, we now have a much greater overview of how Spanish music is observed and the traditions of where it came from.